Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Fisch second C. After the bug fix update that was today on March 31st, because when the second C came out, we were pretty much beta testing it because it was really buggy. So we're going to see, I'm going to show you all of the best rods in this C and the best spots to fish. So first off, let's go over the best rods in the game. The one I have right now is the Azure of Lagoon rod. This rod is really good, and we'll go over to the place where it's at to go over it. In today's update, they added quite a bit of things, and they fixed quite a few bugs. So in today's update, they added the tropical bait crate and all the new baits for the second C. And if I can go to my equipment bag, there's crystal bananas. This is one of them. Ember berries. There's gale grub right here. Lagoon leech. And this is the exotic bait, luminous larva. And if you look at this thing's stats, it is insane. 175 universal luck, 50 resilience, 10 lure speed. Like, you are going to catch a lot of things. Like, if you're trying to go for an exotic, the luminous larva is the play. Anyways, let's go over the rod at the Azure Lagoon. This rod is for some reason on the Fisherpedia called an early game rod for the C, the second C. This is the Azure of Lagoon rod. Now let's just take a look at it real quick. It's got this nice hook-like design. It is the color blue, azure. It's pretty nice. It's got a pretty nice design. Now let's take a look at its stats. So we go here. Not minus. 25% lure speed, 105% luck, minus 0.01 control, 55% resilience, and 100,000 kilograms. This rod is probably the best early game rod in the second C, and it has negative control, but this thing is basically a trident rod on steroids. So let's take a look. I'll just catch a fish with it real quick. Not sure if I'll get anything good, but legendary. Okay, so this legendary would normally be really bouncy, but look at this. The 55% resilience makes up for the fact that it is negative control. And I have controlled on it, so mine probably has positive control a little bit. And if you saw that, this thing also can stab like the trident rod. This thing is just a trident rod, but better. And sadly, this rod doesn't have any multipliers, such as the like the Heavens rod and Heavenly, or one of the rods I'm going to go over later. But it is a really good rod if you're trying to catch a really hard to catch fish. The best enchant I'd say for this rod is controlled, because the bar is smaller than an actual rod. So I'd say use controlled on this. The next rod I'm going to go over is let's see, let me find it. Next rod I'm going to go over is the Free Spirit rod. Oh, I'm inside the ground. Hold on. What's happening? Let me get out of here. Okay. I hate when that happens. Let me spawn my jet ski back in. Thank you, Mr. Shipwright. Shipwright's always there for us. Alright, let's set it down. Alright, as I was saying, the next rod we're going to go over is the Free Spirit rod. This rod is what most people consider the best in the game, the best of the second C, but it probably isn't the best anymore due to the bug fixes update, and I'll go over the final best rod you can use in the second C. So this is the Azure of Lagoon. Oh wait, no, wrong rod, my bad. The Free Spirit rod, 25% lure speed, 150% luck, 0.15 control, 10% resilience, and 50,000, or not 50,000, 5,000 kilograms. Man, I'm horrible at reading. Okay. Here it is, right here at the Isle of New Beginnings, right next to the angler. It is right here, located right here. This rod is 200,000 dollars, but it makes up for that in its properties. So it has a couple different passives, aside from its just normal like boosts. So let me go test it out real quick. Let's test this baby out. This rod is another really good rod in the second sea. Oh, we got a bait crate. This is not a very good demonstration, but I can also show you guys some of the new baits now. If you saw that there, this rod slashes like the trident rod. So this thing is also a trident rod on steroids because it has a really big control, has a high control amount, leading to you being able to catch stuff easier. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to slash in a barrage of slashes, like 5 to 10, I'm pretty sure. But it just seems to act like regular slashes. Now, there is another passive with this rod that determines... Oh, we got it! Okay, so this is the Bloom passive. It spawns a fish with a mutation called Bloom that sells for the multiplier of almost 5 times, I think. So, very similar to the Heaven's Rod. I'd say this is better than the Heaven's Rod in the second sea. Not better than the Heaven's Rod in the first sea, though. As if you're using a rod that isn't from the sea you're currently in, it does have some debuffs to it. But there we go. We got a Bloom Whisperer Eel. I'm pretty sure I have some normal Whisperer Eels, just so we can compare the price. Let's see. Okay, there's the Bloom Whisperer Eel. Let's find a normal one. I have another Bloom Whisperer Eel. I don't seem to have a normal one. Let's go to the merchant. We'll sell this. 20,000 dollars. We'll sell another one just to be sure. 16,000 dollars. So it depends on like the size of the fish, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's really good. Oh, I didn't even get to open the bait crate. Oh well. Now let's go over the final best rod to use in the second sea. Now there is a couple honorable mentions. This is not my jet ski. There are a couple honorable mentions for the best rod in the second sea. There is the Heaven's Rod, of course. Being overall decent, even for the second sea, with the minus 50 debuff. But the thing about... and there's another rod that has a multiplier. Because even with the negative debuffs, there is still what's it called? There is still the multipliers, and the multipliers have not been changed. They are not affected by the debuffs. So, take that at what you will. This is the Cursed Shores. This is one of the other new islands. And before we go into the last best rod, or the final honorable mention, and then the final best rod, this is the second best place to fish, and is the best place to fish for experience. But we're gonna go over the honorable mention rod. I don't have this rod, but it is the Ethereal Prism Rod. The Ethereal Prism Rod, I'm sure most of you know about. It is the rod that you buy in the Calm Zone. It is 10 million credits. It is 10 million credits and has a chance to give a multiplier called Prismize. And the Prismize multiplier multiplies the fish's money output by 8 times. That's a lot. So, take that at what you will. That's how most people were able to make millions of dollars on the first day of the update. But anyways, let's get into to the final best rod probably now because of the bug fixes. And here it is right here. The Dreamer Rod, the Great Dreamer Rod. This rod is $500,000 and it has really good stats. But here's the thing about this rod. As such, the likes of the Rod of the Depths and the Rod of the Forgotten Fang, this rod will give you a fish every 2 catches. It will gift a fish from Cthulhu to you. So this rod is pretty good. I'd say getting clever on this rod would be the best enchant, but I'm not sure how good it is. You'd probably have to go to the Fishipedia to look at the stats. But now that we've gone over the best rods to use, let's go over the best way to make money. Okay. Let me find my jet ski. Hold on. I have no idea where I put it. Oh yeah, because I was like zooming off. Well, now I gotta find a ship, right? Oh, I hate when this happens. There are a lot of good rods in the second sea, but there aren't many like cheap options for rods, which is what a lot of people are complaining about, I'm pretty sure. So take that at what you will. You know, I'm just gonna conception cosh, honestly. This is like, I'm stuck. Okay. So let's go back over to the shipwright. And we're going to go to the best spot to fish. As I said, the Cursed Shores is the second best place to fish and is probably also the second best place to fish for XP. The reason I say that is because the Isle of New Beginnings is astounding for money and experience. So here we are at the Isle of New Beginnings once again. Here is the Free Spirit Rod. Okay, now let's go over here and fish. So this place is the best place to make XP and money. As you saw earlier, I was selling those bloom fish for the bloom eels for around, I'd say 20. Yeah, they were like 20,000. So this place is not only the best money to make, but also has the best fish to catch for levels. And that fish is the Tortaga, I think. I don't know, I'll have to look at it in the bestiary after this. But basically, the fish that I just mentioned, it is a big sea turtle with coral on its back. And when I caught it, when I didn't have Clever on my rod, I leveled up twice. Now, you gotta understand that I'm quite a low level for most of the people watching this video. But I will be climbing the levels, eventually getting no life, and the prism rod, you know, I'm gonna go on a journey. But let me pull out my bestiary, and the best fish to catch here is the Tartaruga. Wait, no, Tartaruga. That's what it's called. This fish is astounding for money and XP. As I mentioned, this fish sells for around 4,000, 8 or 9,000 if you get a big one. But this fish is just astounding. It's really good. And it isn't the hardest fish to catch, actually. This one is a minus 80%, and this one is a minus 90%. So take that at what you will. And I'll be going, and I said this is the best place to fish. This is only the best place to fish if it is nighttime. Because most of the bad fish come out during the daytime, as like the volcanic vents. Most of the good fish come out during the daytime, kind of opposite. But we can take that information and we can take big advantage of it. As you can see, the rod is coming in clutch here, even though this isn't a hard fish. This rod is probably one of the best rods in the game. I want to see if I can catch a Tartaruga, but I probably won't be able to. But anyways, with that said, the best place to fish is here. And if you want easy bait crates, I'm pretty sure the best place to fish is still here during the daytime. I don't know. I don't know what's the best way to get the bait crates because the bug fix update just came out. But yeah, I think that's it for today's video. Like, subscribe, comment feedback, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.